Do you need a lot of space to store your event rental equipment? No, you don't. You can store this in your basement. You can store this in a corner of your garage. Although it might not look like a lot of equipment, this same equipment here has generated me tens of thousands of dollars since 2019, okay? Since I started the company, this is the equipment that I've had, and I've been growing ever since. And I have it all in my basement right now. I used to have a storage unit, which is a good option for those of you that live in apartments. Storage units are a low-cost way to get into this and still have a good amount of space to store your equipment. They're cheap. On the monthly basis, I was paying like $350. And I also have my box truck, which I parked there, and that was an extra charge. But if you're just using it to house your equipment, you guys, with $350, you guys can pay for probably the largest space that they offer, okay? And you'll have no issues with storing your equipment. So I'm gonna show you around today. This is my little setup here. Again, this is my side hustle. It generates me thousands of dollars a month, okay? During the busy season, it generates me hundreds of dollars while it's slow. So this same setup you guys can accomplish at your house. You don't need anything crazy. You don't need any crazy racks. This rack right here, I was able to make out of Home Depot wood, okay? So it's nothing crazy, nothing out of this world. Let me show you exactly what I have in here, okay? If you like this information, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I don't only cover event rental stuff. I also do day trading with crypto. I do anything that makes me money. I cover it on the channel, and I'm showing you guys the journey of me becoming financially free, because that is what this channel is about. I want to show you guys, before you see the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis, I want you guys to see the struggle, the elbow grease that I'm putting in so that I can get to the level that I want to get to for my life, for my family's life, so that we can be financially set, okay? Generational wealth is not free. You have to work for it, and that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and get started with this tour. All right, guys, so this right here is a simple rack system that I built from Home Depot. All right, my father-in-law helped me out with assembling it because I did need another hand. But these are using screws, okay? I didn't use a hammer because I can unscrew this if I need to move it somewhere. This initially was in my storage unit, okay? So this was in my storage unit. When I came out of my storage unit, I went ahead, unscrewed everything, and then reassembled it here at the house in the basement. And you guys can see it's holding strong, all right? This is a lot of weight. These are all the poles for the tents that I have, okay? This is very, very heavy. This right here is thousands of pounds. Between this, those poles there, and then the center poles up there, all of this right here has thousands of pounds on it, and it holds up pretty well. Right here on the edges, you know, you got to take advantage of all the space you have. You guys see that this comes out a little bit here. I have my ladder that hangs right here. It's a similar one to that. Usually I have two ladders here, but the other one I have it upstairs in the garage. So maximize your space. That is what you guys want to do if you want to store at your house. These right here are the tent tops, okay? I'm missing a few more. There are more over there, but I do have some more that are getting washed right now. These right here are the tent tops. I put them down there. We know these are clean. Some of the ones that are over here need to be sent to be cleaned, but this is how we keep them, okay? We just come in here, we roll them in there, and then they sit. They're nice and tucked away under the rack. So it's a nice rack system that's made from Home Depot wood, okay? Is nothing out of this world. All right, guys, these here you guys can find anywhere. You can buy them at Home Depot. You can buy them at Sam's. You can order them on Amazon. These right here are very important, and I'll show you exactly what I have in them right now, okay? This here are my string lights. These string lights, you can buy them at Home Depot as well. I didn't show you this in my previous video because I actually forgot, but I'm showing you these now. You can get these string lights, and under the tent, you guys can attach these, and it makes a nice package for your customer. Now, we used to use zip ties to hang these up, but I found that this right here is a really good solution because these string lights, as you can see here, have a little hole in them, okay? And when you hook this little S-shaped anchor here, or whatever it's called, so you simply just hang this on the cables that cross on top of the tent, and you guys can have your string lights hung in a matter of minutes, okay? Instead of wasting time with zip ties and everything like that, all right? That's just a quick tip. I figured I'd let you know, but I can make a video on tips and tricks later on that can help you guys with your event rental business, okay? So let me show you what's in these containers here. All right, guys, so this right here is a container where I keep all of my ratchet straps for my tents and everything, okay? So when you go out to set up a tent, this is where I have all the equipment. I load one of these up. I load up the number of poles I need, the tent top, and we're good to go. And obviously, I have another tarp right here. Again, these tarps are crucial. You don't want to forget these. There's a 20 by 20, okay? So that's the information I have here, and I have the number 7. The reason I put number 7 here is because on the tent top, I'm also going to put number 7 so that I know that this belongs to that tent. Sometimes it's going to get mixed up when you have several tents set up, guys, but it's okay. This just gives you an idea on ways to keep your equipment organized and stuff like that. As long as all the equipment makes it back in here is all that matters, okay? And I'll open this up so you guys can see what I have. All right, so I have the ratchet straps. These are the center poles that connect the frame on the top of the tent. All right, so you pretty much put one pole here, one pole on that side, and it connects the two, and then it builds the perimeter on the top of the frame tent so that you guys can connect these cables here. All right, and these are the cables where you're gonna hang your string lights. So I can do a complete different video setup on how to set up a tent later. If you guys wanna see that, just leave me a comment down below. Again, this channel is not only about equipment rentals. You guys will see a lot of things about business. This just happens to be one of my side hustles, and I want you guys to succeed in it if you want to get in it, okay? So I'm showing you my tips and tricks. Now, over here, you guys can see I have some of my tables. I have about 30 tables here. These are expensive, okay? I'm not gonna lie, wood tables are expensive, but these can get refinished several times, so the investment is worth it, okay? I haven't had to refinish these because I take good care of them, all right? And I try not to rough them up too much, but if I have to refinish them to get some more life out of them, I can, okay? So these are very nice. These are 60-inch round tables. These go out along with the chairs all the time, all right? So these are a good investment, and you guys can see I have it tucked away in this corner of the basement. You can't even tell I have 30 tables right here, all right? So you don't need a lot of space to store your equipment. If you want to do this, you can. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need a storage unit. All you need is a basement if you have one, or half of your garage, and you guys will be fine. Now, moving on to my chairs, okay? I made a video about Home Depot equipment that you guys can get, and I talked to you guys about the dollies. So you see here, these chairs here sit on this dolly. So if I want to move these chairs around, it's very easy. Instead of me picking each one up or grabbing 5 at a time, I can simply just grab them and move them around, okay? I can literally move this around the entire basement and have no issues with it. So getting one of these dollies, they come in packs. You guys will save a lot of time and headache and energy. Now, you guys can see that some of them are not on the dolly, okay? Obviously, I don't have unlimited dollies. Sometimes I leave them on the floor because when I unload the dolly, sometimes I just quickly come in here, drop, and go, okay? I don't just set them on a dolly sometimes, but you get the idea. This one's already on there, so I can move these around pretty easily and get around to the tables if I need to, and then working my way around. You guys can see these are on the dolly, those are on the dolly, so it makes it very easy to reorganize your equipment. You want to keep everything organized because you don't want to forget stuff when you're setting up events and you're going out to a customer's house, okay? So that's some quick tips on the chairs and tables and how you can manage them. All right, guys, so this right here is a linen rack, okay? Obviously, this is just a clothing rack, but this is where I keep the linens. So whenever you get them cleaned from the cleaners, you can bring them in here, put them up, and then you can close them in with the zipper right here. All of this I got from Amazon. So you guys can get this. You guys can also get these little markers, and you can name them however you like. You guys can see it has cocktail. It's the name on there. But you can name all those little tabs and keep them individually separated by color or by style. Whichever way you guys want to do it. That right there is the linen rack. Something I haven't covered yet really on the channel is having some good water hose, okay? This little thing has taken a beating, as you can see. It's broken, but it still works, okay? Make sure you guys have a water source that you can plug into and have a good water hose, because this right here, when you have water barrels that you have to fill up to be able to anchor a tent, sometimes the homeowner's not going to have a good water hose. So make sure you guys carry your water hose with you so you can fill up the water barrel. And I'll show you guys what the water barrels look like so you guys get an idea of what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so sometimes you're going to go to a customer's house and you're not going to be able to use these stakes right here. This right here can puncture pipes. It can puncture sprinkler systems, everything that you could think of. If it's under it and you hammer it in, you guys will puncture it. So sometimes you can't use this to anchor your tent, and you're going to have to use water barrels. And that's what these are, okay? And that's where the water hose comes in handy, because You will fill these up, and this will serve as your anchor for the tents. You put them on each side of the tent so that it can hold it down in case there's strong winds or anything like that. These will do the job. But obviously, ideally, you always want to try and use the anchor, the actual stakes, because these will hold it down the way that they're supposed to be held down. Sorry about the noise. That's my daughter riding the bike behind me. So she's making some noise. Having some fans is very important too. You guys can have these fans. You can get them at Home Depot, and you can rent them out all the time as well. During the summer, it gets really hot. People decide to rent these, so not bad to have in your inventory. These right here are the side walls, okay? I have them separate over here. This is a movie screen because I do also have movie setups that I can do. These are the side walls. They have windows. They're cathedral windows that wrap around the tent, so it makes it look very nice and classy. I just have them sitting here so they're not on the floor. These are the water barrels, as you guys can see. Those right there I've never used before, but if I need them, I can just take those off, clean the inside, and then have them ready to use for anchoring, okay? But normally I try to just use the normal stakes to hold the tents down. These are just here in case I need them, worst case scenario, all right? And obviously I always have rags laying around just ready in case I need to clean something. But you guys can see that you can accomplish a simple setup like this and not need a warehouse. And of course, I have other little things around the basement that you guys probably won't see, like my 8-foot tables here. These are rectangular tables. These are used for like eating areas. A lot of caterers use these. They set their food on top of them. So I have this all around the basement. Again, all you need is like a corner of your garage or a corner of your living room if you guys live in an apartment and you just want to store chairs. You don't need a lot of space. But if you're trying to get bigger, if you're trying to use a box truck, if you want to have a lot of industrial equipment, if you want to have the 40 by 100, all right, then at that point, you know, maybe a storage unit, a bigger storage unit or a warehouse will make sense to have, because you will need space, okay? In my case, this is just one of my side hustles, so it's not my main business. I don't plan on making this a full-fledged company, but I make good income from this business itself, and I know a lot of you guys are interested in it, so I want to show you guys how I have this set up. So, all right, guys, so there you have it. It's a very simple setup that you guys can accomplish at your house. If you guys want to know how I build this rack, just let me know down in the comment section. I'll send you the dimensions and everything that you guys can rebuild in your house, in your garage, or whichever. But again, you can accomplish a little setup like this. You don't need anything crazy, nothing massive. You guys can do this at a very affordable price, even completely free without paying a storage unit or a warehouse, because you already have space at your house, so use it, okay? There's nothing big, nothing hard to do. If you guys have any questions, please drop it down below. And remember, we are all in this grind together. We're trying to be successful entrepreneurs. We want to be financially free. This is only step one, okay? Put in that elbow grease and keep working hard on what it is you're working towards, because you will accomplish it if you set your mind to it, all right? So remember that. So without further ado, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.